Guys, what's up? Spears Milsim once again. Part 1, my weapon system. My primary life-taking asset. This is a 2009 professional training weapon by Systema. First and foremost, what's replicas, repros, etc. The front sights, the magnifier with flip-to-side mount, the EOTech XPS2, and the Surefire flashlight. The rails are replica as well, I believe. It says Down Defense Mark 18 RAS2. I made a couple of modifications to this weapon. The first thing I did is I replaced the longer 14.5-inch barrel with a shorter 10.5, both the inner and the outer. This gun is about 4 years old. After 3 years, the stock Systema motor was replaced with a Fight Top custom motor. You may expect that stock motor to die in about 3 years or so with moderate use. Now on to the accessories. What do we have? The first thing you'll notice is a flip-to-side magnifier scope. I believe it's 3 times. What do I use the magnifier for? If I need some kind of magnification on something and I need to kind of zoom in on that target, I know that I have an option available to me. I know some individuals use binoculars. They might bust it out of their pouch or something. With this flip-to-side magnifier, I'm able to immediately have that option to zoom in on a target if necessary. So for the most part, I do run it like this, and I only use the EOTech XPS2. However, when I need to zoom in on that target, all I would need to do, and I'm set, right? Has a simple lever on the side here that when I'm in a firing position, all I would need to do is click my reaction hand, thumb, and just hit that and it's good to go. Right? That was my weapon hand. If I need to flip it back, there you go. That's it. But the XPS2 now. Simply turn it on. We can see that at its brightest setting right now. I don't know if you can see that. The only disadvantage of these replica optics, I would say, is that in the daytime, really bright light, you may not be able to see that as clearly. I believe the GNPs are the ones that are closest to the real EOTechs, and the reticule is much brighter. So just in case that optic is too light and I can't see that in the daytime, what I do is I flip these sights up. They are the M-Bus sights. Simply flip these bad boys up and they're good to go. And you can see a sight picture from that, but that's pretty much what I'm looking through. So this is the Surefire style flashlight. I've routed that pressure switch right into this vertical grip here. It fits perfectly, and you can get an idea of how bright this light is. It's pretty bright. When I first got it, I did not think it was that bright, but it turns out I had some weak batteries in them. This is the GNP D-Bell. They call it the PEC 15A. I personally think they try to mislead people into thinking, ooh, PEC 15s. But it's really the D-Bell. It's a repro of the D-Bell. There are different settings here. It has an illuminator, visible laser. Just to give you an example of the brightness of the laser, I'm going to go ahead and turn that on right now. I'm about to do a quick light test. This is on momentary low power. So you can see that high quality that laser. I'm about to turn off the lights real quick. For those of you afraid of the dark, you may want to hit Control W. Once again, just demonstrating real quick the strength of this laser. There's not too much difference in the high or low power. Of course, I will be able to demonstrate the luminary and infrared functions once I obtain night vision. Some people might be wondering about this improvised grip I have here. This was an AFG. I cut down the center of it and aligned it with this vertical foregrip. Some people might wonder, why do both? Why can I just use the AFG, or why can I just use this? When I first got the AFG, my primary thing that I did not like about it was that those transitions were not as easy with that vertical foregrip. That vertical foregrip, I was able to transition, was able to find that grip much easier. When I got that AFG, I found that to be a little bit more difficult. So that's why I stuck with the vertical grip. when you do have the vertical grip, I find my hand position usually like this, right? Like this. And there would be a space, an empty space here that your fingers would kind of get smashed up in and would not be as comfortable. So with this improvised AFG grip, I'm able to get the most comfortable, solid grip on that weapon. And even being able to transition flawlessly. Some people are probably gonna be asking about the paint job and how I accomplished that. A close-up shot of it, you can see there's a snake skin-like pattern, mesh trash cans or pencil cup holders, and you can see that this can create a nice pattern. Smaller holes than a laundry bag, however, so whatever's your personal preference. I also mix up two paints together. I use exclusively Krylon camouflage. Here I have the brown and I have the sand. And I combine these two colors to create a very unique camouflage pattern. I'm not a huge fan of the yellowish tan, so the sand I think looks really nice on here. The weapon sling I use is the Magpul MS3. The reason why I like it is that it's 1 point and it's not going to interfere with those transitions, which is so important, right? You notice with the 1 point, this is what's happening, right? It's all over the place. When I place that sling in a 2-point mode, now that weapon is on a 2-point mode, and now is much more secure on me. Notice that it's not going everywhere. This is great if you're hanging low position. This is great for, let's say you're climbing a ladder, or you're trying to get through a hatch in the roof, or you're trying to be in any kind of position where you don't want that weapon bouncing all around, right? Or if you have it, if the game is over and you need that weapon just to be secure as you're walking around and doing whatever. I route the Magpul MS3 through my shoulder strap. It makes it more comfortable so it doesn't strap against your neck. And even if I did run it outside, I do recommend a combat shirt that has that collar. So compared to the massive shirts, for example, does not have that collar. I think it's important to protect your neck if you were to run that sling outside of your plate carrier. How does the MS3 work actually? Right now I'm in 1-point mode, right? And right now the sling, by the way, is attached to an improvised paracord right behind that receiver. I have a Magpul ASAP that I just got in, and I'm going to be installing that pretty soon. So how you switch from 1 point to 2 point, these two buckles are similar. There's one buckle right here. You can detach from here and hook it up to that Magpul RSA. Now this is an adjustable system where I can either loosen it or I can tighten it up with one hand. You may be wondering about the magazines out there as well. For you kids out there, never seen a magazine like this, it's a Magpul. It's a Magpul. That's what it is. A Magpul. This is the usual shape. You want that, high speed, low drag kind of look to it. Simply face it this way, and boom, fucking magic. Set that over your magazine, and you're set. I've seen some individuals, what they like to do is run that a little bit lower. They like to run it like this. That's one option. It does make it more low profile. You can fit it in your finger pretty nice. That's your Magpul options. Once again, guys, this is my Systema PTW primary weapon, life-taking asset. This is Spears Milsim. Have a nice day. Yeah.